Hello, this is Yolanda from the YouTube channel English with an Erudite. Today I'm going to discuss a particularly interesting topic, the topic of love. I'm not going to define what love is. I believe that many writers and poets have tried to do so over centuries, and I'm not sure whether they have succeeded in that. But if you want to tell me what in your opinion love is, please feel free to say whatever you want in the comment section. There is no doubt that there are countless types of love. For example, parental love or maternal love, so the love that a mother feels for her children, brotherly love, sisterly love, romantic love, sexual love, platonic love, and so on and so forth. Some people often express their love for their fatherland, the country in which they were born, or the love of poetry, or the love of music, or the love of beautiful landscape, or even sports. Today I'm going to focus on romantic love. In my opinion, most people want to feel love and they want to be loved at some point in their life. The parental love is not enough and they look for a romantic partner because they want to be romantically involved. At the beginning, when we meet somebody, it's usually not love. It's something else. It's an attraction, perhaps, or fondness for somebody. So we are attracted to that person, or we fancy that person. We might say, I met somebody at the party yesterday and I felt really attracted to him and I hope he was attracted to me. Or I really fancied him and I think he fancied me too. Sometimes, of course, something happens and we feel so attracted to a person that we fall immediately in love with them. So it would be like the story of Romeo and Juliet, who met at a ball and fell in love with each other. So such a situation is called love at first sight. So for Romeo and Juliet, it was love at first sight. A more typical situation, I believe, is that we fall in love with somebody gradually. Gradually, we get to know them better and we begin to think it is the right person for me. So we fall in love with that person. Because it usually takes time to have very strong feelings for a person. If I love somebody and that person loves me back, the love is mutual. It's between me and that person. It is mutual. But if that person doesn't love me, it is unrequited love. So I am the only person who feels such an affection. It is unrequited love. I hope it will never happen to you. So when we are in love, we can say that we are deeply or passionately or madly in love with somebody. Deeply, passionately, madly in love with somebody. And we hope that this person is mad about us or crazy about us or nuts about us. So I think that Mark is mad about me or he is nuts about me or I hope he is head over heels in love with me. Head over heels in love with me. And when we start a relationship and continue to do so we have a relationship with a person and we go out with a person or we see a person. So you might say, I've been going out with Kate for 3 months now, or I have been seeing Kate for 3 months now. Sometimes after a time people decide that it's time to change the character of the relationship. It becomes more erotic or even sexual. So they start having sex or they start making love to each other. So you might want to make love to somebody, or you might want to have sex for somebody. We are going to talk about sex in a future video. The person who you love is your love. It might even be the love of your life. While talking to that person, you would call them my love, or my dear, or my darling, or my sweetheart. My darling, could you make a nice cup of tea for me? If it's not such a darling or such a sweetheart, we might realize a little bit later on in a relationship. But some people claim that love is blind, and for a long time we don't see the faults of another person. We only see the idealized version of that person. We see what we want to see. Sometimes gradually over time we stop loving a person for various reasons. Sometimes we realize that we are very different people. So we grow apart from each other. We grow apart from each other. Somebody might say, for example, our lives were so different, or our interests were so different that we gradually grew apart and I had to end it. Or I fell out of love with that person. I fell out of love with that person and I had to end it. And sometimes when we end a relationship, we break the other person's heart. And the person is heartbroken or broken-hearted. Sometimes we are heartbroken or broken-hearted, but we think it was the best course of action. So if we want to end a relationship, we split up with a person or we break up with a person. When we are married, we seek divorce. So you split up or break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend or with your partner, but you have to divorce your spouse. So you have to divorce your husband or wife. And if it is not a painful or messy breakup or painful or messy divorce, after a while you might even stay friends with your ex-partner, or you might remain friends with your ex-spouse, with your ex-husband or ex-wife. Has it ever happened to you? Do you think that's possible or not really? I hope you are all in a happy, fulfilling relationship right now, but if not, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you, and I hope you will find the love of your life soon. Good luck with that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.